going on? I got some just some things I've been seeing here. It's like this is strange, okay? It's a lot. It's funny, man. You know that Rowdy Piper just died. You know what I'm saying? He did that movie They Live, and all the implications in that movie, how that's kind of like an insider film, because it shows you the truth. I mean, it's double speak. It presented it to you in this fashion where it seems, like it's just sci-fi, man, but there's a lot more to it than would appear at first. But no, it just kind of told you exactly how things are. Like through the whole movie, there's this guy, this black guy, and he's preaching, and he's like, look, you're in a prison, you're slaved and you don't even know it. And he's got a voice like that. And then it shows the police state and everyone's living in tents. They basically, I think they rush off this preacher guy in the movie at some point. Like the police run up on him and take him to the camps, basically. But dude, sometimes when I'm on the internet, man, I'm not sure. Look, I'm open to the fact that, listen, it could just be tricks of the eyes, man. You know what I'm saying, that I'm seeing here. Or like, listen, say a day, let's say I dedicated a week to reading, and I'm reading for like 6-8 hours on end. You know what I'm saying? For a week. Look, for the next few days after I stop reading, like if I close my eyes, it's kind of like, listen, if you look at the light bulb, right, for 30 seconds, then close your eyes, you'll see a reverse of the light that you were just looking at. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the book. There's a light in between, in the margins, dark, the ink. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at basically things like this anyway, right? And it's the same kind of effect that you see. You start to see like a reverse, an inverse or something of the books you were reading for some reason for a while. Or like, listen, have you ever heard someone who does something for a living? Like they mow lawns, and they have dreams where they hear the lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying hallucinations. These are mind tricks that happens to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in certain different situations, but not everyone's experiences like this is the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this is a common phenomenon, because look, I seen pictures. They got these pictures they're like magic pictures. You know what I'm saying? And you look at like this ink, right? Like it'll look like a blot, but then you look away from it and you'll see it somewhere else. So I mean, I know these are eye tricks, but sometimes I feel, man, it's weird, man, that like it almost is like the glasses in the movie They Live, where when he puts on the glasses, he looks at advertisements and he sees something different than what everyone else sees, right? Or he looks at an advertisement billboard and it'll have some kind of programming word in it. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be commands everywhere. The whole environment is commands. Money says this is your God. And then there's all these people too that are some kind of like they're masquerading as humans, but there's something different. You know what I'm saying? And then there's this machine, like this big cell tower, that is projecting this image that is making everyone so they can't see what's really going on. And sometimes, man, it's weird when I'll look at or I'll see a word out of the corner of my eye, and then I'll look and the word changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it said something else. You know what I'm saying, for a second, but then once I stopped and looked at it to focus on it, it said something completely different. You know what I'm saying? And I've this has happened to me a few times. Maybe it's just from being on the internet too much. But I was also thinking about, how they do. We know they do like microsecond sublims. You know what I'm saying? And what if, you know what I'm saying, they have some kind of machinery that is kind of like it's weird, man. It's like it's almost imperceptible, the speed that they flash a word up. Like some words, you know what I'm saying, they can inverse them and it'll say something else real quick. But you only notice it when you're like, say you're reading and you're going like this, and out of the corner of your eye it says one thing, and then when you look at it straight on, it says something else. You know, I mean, I can't, prove that now, but only thing I do know is like I've seen it a few times. Like, look, it's, I'm not talking about visual hallucination. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, if anything, it's like when you say, "Oh, I seen something out of the corner of my eye," and you know what I'm saying. But by the time you look at it, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you did see something. Uh, maybe it was just something else, and you just can't tell because it was just so quick, and just you just didn't have enough time to capture anything anyway, man. So now you're going all off of, you got to create what you saw. I mean, I understand that these type of things happen too. Like at night, you could swear that something was moving, or something was something else, but like a silhouette. Like things can make the craziest silhouettes, and it'll look like almost like it was a person. But if you get up close, it'll just be a silhouette from some kind of shadow, or it'll even be, sometimes it's multiple objects all blended together, because that in the dark, it's hard to tell exactly where things begin and where they end. The perceptions change. So I know this happens too, but it's just weird, man. There's so much stuff going on anyway that we know they are doing, like propaganda techniques, neurolinguistics programming, and sublims. Like you look at the Disney movies, and there's sex in every movie, in the clouds, and penis castles off in the background, and priests with hard-ons, and I mean, there's all kinds of nasty stuff in those movies. So we know people do like to play little mind tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like the Red Dog beer logo was a naked girl if you flip it upside down, and then the KKK had two guys in hoods dancing on the Marlboro logo. You know what I'm saying? In between the horses' legs. I mean, they are notorious for doing these types of just these mind games where they flash imagery and symbolism on you, and I think what it is they try to see if they can get away with it going unnoticed. And I think they're playing off, this internet could be playing off the same principle here, and it could literally really be like they live, because you can't exactly tell what the word was. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it seems like it's their program key terms or something. Strange, can't prove it, but I've seen the internet do weird things before. Like the internet almost has weather. Like some days it freezes a lot. Some days, man, it's just weird. It fluctuates. The way, because they're doing all kinds of algorithms to censor people. So in a way, they gotta do it in such a way where it almost appears that it's not being done. You know what I'm saying? And this is just the whole way they operate. So in case discovered, they have some kind of backdoor plausible deniability, or another. They'll come up with some kind of predetermined, like predetermined narrative, like cybercrime, like cyber attacks. You know what I'm saying? Like promote anonymous, so that they turn everyone into these kind of. It's a perfect way to create, a boogeyman army of people that is really just hiding, like what if you made a mafia so you could just have FBI informant undercovers go in to bust the people you created? I mean, that's problem, reaction, solution, and I think Anonymous has been used in that fashion, just like Al Qaeda and Siyasa, or AKA ISIS. Same ways they do these type of things. But anyway, man, back to this. The internet, man, but I don't know if anyone has ever seen that. I've seen other pictures. They got all these pictures that are like optical illusions. Like if you look at them and stare without blinking, they'll start moving. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like this. And and if the Google hive mind, and the AI Skynet really is at play in here. Say it is affecting some of the attributes of the net itself because it's filtering and feeding and leaking things all at once. It's interactive in it. We don't know what the true capabilities of that are. Like when Netanyahu was giving a speech, and for some reason it gave him a black eye. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they can manipulate some shit now. Or you watch like green screen where people's ears disappear, and that's that's the way you prove that something's going on. There's manipulation there. I mean, I'm not. There's the whole reptilianoids that phase in and out. That is very. They live. If it's true, and I've seen some things where people's teeth start getting all sharp, and they do look strange. But until someone actually, says, "Hey, man, look at this. Is it just me? Am I just the only one seeing this?" But when they show you the proof, it's like, well, hey, man, there's something funny going on there. Do I know exactly what it is? No, but something funny's going on there. It's kind of like a magician when he does a trick. He ends up with your watch somehow. Well, he pickpocketed you. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to know how they did it sometimes to know that they did it. But it's they really mess with your nerves, man. You know what I'm saying? When there, sometimes it feels like there's some kind of cyber manipulation where they're being obvious that you're targeted at the moment, like they're doing an operation, like you're under surveillance, or like what is that? When they do scientific experiments, you're under a experiment, and they got operatives messing with your writing bad comments or suggesting things to you, trying to provoke some kind of response. You know what I'm saying? Or just cause you discomfort and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they know enough that when they do things that it'll raise alarm. So therefore they keep you on this kind of this high alert. You know what I'm saying? Kind of keep your spidey senses always going off. So it keeps you guessing. You know what I'm saying? And that's this whole thing. Seems like a mass gaslighting technique that the whole game does, man. Media, alternate media, just societal wise, man. It used to be, 10 years ago, it was like, or before that, like first, in America, they always hated they hated the Irish, then they were hating the blacks. Now they hate the blacks and the immigrants. Then they hated the Muslims after the 9/11 false flag. Now they hate constitutionalists. You know what I'm saying? They're always trying to redefine who the bad guy is. Who are we going to pick on this year? Or this season or whatever, man. This time period. This era. Who's this era scarecrow, villain, bad guy? You know what I'm saying? They always try to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? And funnel or channel people's frustrations and angers. They know they're going to be frustrated and angry because they're causing the problems. And then they're going to use your fear, your anger, your frustration on people who didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take the people that did do it. You're going to rally in arms with them and have camaraderie and brotherhood with the niggas who did it to you. And then you're going to go attack the people who didn't. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take it out on the people who did it. And I mean, you can't give in to those type of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Or these people will take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going for a lot of these times. And you can't think clearly when you're all freaked out. You know what I'm saying? If you're overly freaked out, it'll shut you down. If you're a little freaked out, you're bogged down a little bit already. It doesn't mean you won't. It's necessarily going to take you off or out, but it helps. It'll add. You keep enough straw will break the camel's back. You know what I'm saying? And this is just another piece of straw that they use against you. I mean, each one of these is a new avenue, a new straw that they can, try to give you the short end of the stiznick